So, good evening, everyone. My name is Dinesh, and today we are presenting it for the first time, the Know the Strategy session for TradeTron clients. So, we have Mr. Madhu Dahale from QC Alpha, and QC Alpha builds statistical and volatility based trading strategies. And they already have some strategies which has performed really well for the TradeTron clients who have subscribed to that. So today it's going to be talking about more on the strategy side and also some details what traders or any participants or any subscriber of Patreon they can expect from QC Alpha in order to subscribing by their strategies. So yes, Mr. Madhurala, you can continue with this.
Yeah. So good evening. Myself Madhur Dahale. Before starting, I would like to seriously thank TradeTron for giving us a platform to present our product, and I would also like to thanks all the participants for attending this event. Before starting, I would like to say that any webinar or any session, it's very important is to understand each other. So certainly we will be presenting us, we'll be telling you about our background, everything. And we will also be looking forward to understand all the participants who are attending this event. So for this, I'm sharing a Google survey link where I would request everyone to fill up a form. This link will also will give you a, a discount coupon for our strategies that will be 50% and that will be used only once. So you can actually go through that. Meanwhile, I'll be presenting my product. I'll be introducing myself, my entire team. So you can actually fill up those forms. So let me introduce QC Alpha. We are actually a volatility trader who believes in system and algo trading platform itself. Uh, we are four core members in this group: Alok Dharia, Prashant Mulik, myself Madhur Dahale, Tunmay Kurtakoti. So we all have our own strength in this market, and all all of us have an experience of around 15 to 18 years in the market. Myself, I was there in Religare for last 11 years, and around 4 years back, I quit Religare and I joined in. I started my own company, Quants Capital, and a year and a half back, we actually started QC Alpha. So Tanmay was also there with me in Religare. He was handling the prop desk. Alok was there with Merrill Lynch in US, and he was into commodity side. Dr. Prashant Mulik, he did his PhD in nanotechnology. Tanmay, Prashant, Alok, all are engineers. So we have our own strength, and we join in hands our own a year and a half back with our own strengths and weakness. We made a decent, good team altogether. So we what we did is we are into actually directional and non-directional automated trading systems. We have our strategies into derivative market. We have our strategies into cash market. So we try to cover up every other asset class which is available in the market. We are also working to explore global market together. So this way we are handling retail clients. We are handling HNIs. We have institutions. We have FPI with us who are empaneled as an investor, as a trader with us. Now let me start with the strategy itself. I'll try to keep the entire presentation very crisp and clear, so that we can have more of Q&A session than only presenting our product. So let me start with the strategies itself. So how these strategies work and how these strategies are built. First of all, we actually divided the market in three different parameters. That is, the market can be into condition of trending. Trending can be a bull trend or a bear trend. Or if it is not trending, certainly it can be in the consolidation phase, where there will be a lot of whipsaws in the market, and all the trending strategies which may have a long or short positions in them certainly will have some stop losses if the market is consolidating. On the contrary, there is one more phase in the market which we have recently seen in the long term, is mean reverting nature, which has a nature of getting a trend but don't follow that trend for a longer period. It comes down back to the mean. So we divided the entire market into three conditions. One is trending, consolidating, and mean reverting. So if I say about majorly in out of these three, there are two main condition. That is, one is directional, and another two are of the non-directional nature. So we created multiple strategies looking to the directional trading platform, the directional condition of the market, and certainly we made multiple strategies on non-directional strategies. So the objective of creating all these strategies is to create all non-correlated strategies in our basket. I'll tell you the advantage of non-correlated strategies, how why one should invest in non-correlated strategies in later stages. So let me come to my product directly. So we have actually we have two major product. One is, two of them are in derivative market, one is into cash market. In derivative market, we have solvers and movers. Solver is short volatility enhanced return system. Movers is a momentum volatility enhanced return system. So let me start with solvers. Solvers is actually a short option strategy which deal into non-directional strategies. So which I was telling you about, the consolidation phase or the mean reverting phase, all the solvers strategies will come into this basket. So we have around 11 strategies running in solvers. All the strategies have their own expectancy of return at the end of the year or during some period. There can be a drawdown, there can be a decent return at any point of time. So you can't have any judgment of कि ये strategy आज चलेगा कि नहीं. But the most important thing is that if we run all these strategies together, we can cover the consolidation phase and the mean reversion phase in solvers. Solvers comes into shorting the options in our book, and it is into intraday. Some of the strategies are intraday, some of the strategies are positional, some of the strategies are specifically made for expiry day. All strategies have their own parameter. So until and unless the parameter is not breached, will not have that strategy active in the account. So these all these 11 strategies or whatever strategy what we have in, maybe in solvers, movers, anywhere. So it is not at all a compulsive trading strategy. Every strategy is dependent upon the parameters. If the parameter breach, then only my strategy will be active in the account. So solvers being a short option strategy, they are into weekly options. So as you all are into option market, you can understand if you want to go for a short option, certainly the short durations will make better return into it. So that's why we are more into weekly options for solvers. On the contrary, movers is a momentum strategy which looks for a directional trend. This directional trend can be a long intraday directional trend, or it can be a positional direction trend. Intraday means like if there is a parameter breaching in our strategy, the intraday Nifty and Bank Nifty will come into play. If the market is in whipsaw, certainly my strategy will not be active. If the parameters are not breached, there will be days where in intraday the positions will not come in the account. So we have two major part into movers. One is intraday and positional, both in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So this way we have four strategies in movers. All are long options in nature. All are directional trading platform, and these options come in monthly options. So normally monthly, and sometimes also it comes on weekly. The logic behind is the liquidity is not present. So system itself identify if ample of liquidity is not available on monthly, it can shift to weekly. It can shift to ATM out OTM. So the important is to get the delta in the account. So accordingly, my system will define which options to buy. So it is more of a smarter way of selecting which options to get into get into while buying an option, because certainly we have large number of quantity to enter into the account. So for that we need ample of liquidity to get into the account. So this way we have solvers, which is short option, movers, which is long options. If there is any trend in the market, certainly movers will make money. If the market is consolidating, market is consolidating, certainly or mean reverting, solvers will make a decent return out of it. So we have these two strategies, all non-correlated in nature, which makes a decent basket, a very good basket to make a good return. See, at the end of the day, it's more important is drawdown, which should be limited at any point of time. Which I'll speak more in detail how we actually, what is our USP while creating all these strategies, and how you can utilize that in your own account. The third product is investment. In investment, we have a different thought altogether. Normally, if I say about investment, the first thing which comes in our mind is fundamental thought. So buying a stock on fundamental. Normally, I invest in mutual fund because I find market is good. Even the fund manager buys the stocks on the basis of fundamental of that company. But we have a different thought altogether. But what we believe is now means I'm saying, if I compare it with last 2 decades or a decade or 2 decade, the things have changed a lot. The entire industry economy has become dynamic. So even any fundamental of any particular company is not left intact the way it was supposed to be around uh, 20-30 years back. So earlier we have a very simple analysis which says that earlier the life cycle of any company in exchange was somewhere 30-33 years. However, that life cycle of that company has reduced to 10-12 years nowadays, and it will reduce in coming days. Certainly, looking to the changes in the regulations, changes in the entire competition altogether, technology, which can actually change the entire fundamental of the company. That's the thought what we have. So now, how to cherry pick the stocks from the market? So what we have is momentum buying. We believe in momentum. So we have three different products specifically for created for momentum. One is buying an asset class. So this is asset class, asset allocation modeling system what we have, that is ARM we named it, and which defines that buying a stock on the base, buying an asset on the basis of momentum itself. Then we have QC20, that is large cap stock, with and LOM small, which is a small cap stock. So small cap momentum buying. So we have asset class, large cap, small cap kind of structures to run into investment side. On the contrary, Snap is a different product. Snap, if I say to make it very easy to understand, it's like a BTST normally. So like if I buy today, sell tomorrow, or say it's not exactly a BTST that I have to sell tomorrow itself, but I'll not hold any position for more than 4 to 5 days. So the maximum life of any open position is not more than 4 to 5 days in Snap. So the result on Snap is very good. At the end, what we are looking forward in while investing anywhere is I should make a lesser drawdown, and I should make a decent return. So if I say about momentum kind of returns, what we have seen in our historical and our live books is we have outperformed Nifty by double. On the contrary, Snap, which is a trading platform, which have a very lesser drawdown and could generate a decent return kind of product. So these are the basket what we have in derivative side and in the investment side. Let me take you to the directly to the USP of our product. I was continuously telling about non-correlated strategies. So diversification in non-correlated strategy is very important. So we normally have learned in so many years, we always hear from many experts that diversify your investment. Diversify means like don't keep all your eggs in single basket. All these statements, phrases we have heard so many times in our life. That's why we came up with point diversification. Similarly, in algo trading, in system-based trading, in any kind of automated trading, one should invest in multiple strategies, should not be dependent on a single strategy. That is a key while investing in the market. So what I want to say that is if I can invest in two different non-correlated strategy. Imagine I'm investing into a one trending strategy and one into non-trending strategy. So now what will happen, like a week and a half we have seen, 2 weeks I can say, now there is a complete bull one side trend in the market. So imagine this trend one strategy which is a long option, maybe a trending strategy, I'll say that, will make a decent return into it. On the contrary, the non-directional or which is non-correlated to directional strategy will give me some drawdown or I'll give away my capital, some part of it, some percentage of it. But certainly all these strategies, whatever I'm running, non-correlated strategies, will have a positive expectancy at the end of the year, or at the end of the some duration. So imagine there can be a drawdown in one strategy, the other strategy is giving me a decent return. So every strategy, whatever we have, all have a smaller drawdowns and a bigger profits in the account. So if I'm losing one part in one strategy, certainly I'm making in the other strategy, my equity curve will smoothen out. So that is an advantage of diversifying in multiple correlated strategies. I'll take you through how our strategies are non-correlated in nature, and which will make you understand the difference between it. Low leverage is a key. So low leverage is the key means with is the key while investing in market. We might have seen lot many strategies or in the market. There is normally an retail investor or anyone always have a thought कि option तो है 15,000 में आ रहा है तो ले लेते हैं. But imagine this 15,000 going to be zero if market is not moving for a week's time. So that is very important कि how much leverage I'm taking it. Whether I'm taking one lot of 15,000, I'm taking 10 lots of 15,000. I'll be losing 1.5 lakh if I'm taking 10 lots into it. So leveraging is a key, and the third is risk capital. So risk capital is a very crucial part, which I'll speak in more detail in coming slides. So these 3 points I'll explain you one by one again. So now we have all non-correlated strategies. This is correlation matrix of all our strategies which are active. There are few more strategies which we have. I've not taken everyone to understand it. So now let me explain a very simple correlation matrix. Here is there is solver CP. This is also solver CP. The correlation is 1 because it's same. On the contrary, any other strategy, if you see, all of them are near to 0 or somewhere they are negative. So what does this mean is if solver CPPE is losing, certainly this intraday Nifty will be making into the account. So this is the nature of if I'm running these two strategies together, certainly I'll have a smooth equity curve for a longer period of time. Now imagine if I'm running all the entire basket together, all these strategies are mostly non-correlated, which are near to 0 or somewhere minus. There are hardly few of the strategies who are likely correlated to each other. Certainly the name itself will say that Bank Nifty and Nifty. So certainly I'm investing in Nifty and Bank Nifty together. Their nature will be quite similar in while giving a trend or being in the consolidation phase. So solvers and movers, but if I say solvers Bank Nifty to movers Bank Nifty, they are non-correlated in nature. So movers and solvers are two different products, one directional, one non-directional. Then again we have Nifty and Bank Nifty within it, and we have a complete basket of non-correlated strategies running within it. In coming presentation, even will explain how you can utilize this by going for two different strategies in QC Alpha and making your equity curve smooth enough. So risk capital, which I was telling you about our second USP, we are very low leveraged trader. We don't believe in taking higher leverages at any point of time. What we believe is what if you save your money today, certainly in market you will make money in future. That's the point. So if you can save your money, if you know what is the maximum risk I'm going to take in the account, and if you're clear about it, if you're crystal clear about it, okay, I'm going to take the maximum risk in the account is X. Say today the X number is 50,000. So this is the maximum risk. Is risk what we have is while having a historical study about that particular strategy, what we have seen in last say 10 years or 12 years of historical data, what is the maximum drawdown from the peak equity to lowest equity we have seen in that particular strategy. So that number is what we have taken as a risk capital. So now imagine this risk capital should not hit in your account unless you started with the worst bad luck of the day. You सबसे peak equity and then you started and you got that risk capital hitting in your account. Certainly you have to wait. If there is a drawdown, you have to wait for a period of time. Like I'll be very upfront. In the month of August, when market was consolidating, movers was a strategy which we have seen. There was a drawdown, but in the month of like post August, September, October, November, I'll say that certainly all the drawdowns came out, and all our investors had made a decent return till today. So this kind of risk capital should be known to you. Once I'm starting, if I know the risk capital is X in my account, I'm will be confident enough. Okay, 50,000, 1 lakh rupees is the lowest risk capital what you can run in our strategies. But I'm telling you for an example point of view, for this X return to run movers, you need 2X in your account, and for solvers you need at least 3X in your account. So this way risk capital is very crucial to run. So in our strategy you will see 1X says that in movers that will be 1 lakh of risk capital which you will be running, and for that 1 lakh of risk capital you need at least 2 lakhs of in your account. So in coming slides, Prashant will take you and explain you what are our strategies, how you can apply for these non-correlated strategies, why our risk is so less, why we want to run everything on risk capital, and why we are so low leveraged. As I've told you, if you are investing say 1X, you are taking 1 lakh of risk capital, you have 2 lakhs in the account. Still in movers you will have only one lot Nifty, one lot Bank Nifty. Now you can imagine in one lot of Nifty and Bank Nifty, you need hardly 25, 30 or maximum 50,000 rupees as a margin, because you are just buying that call or put, and there will be only one lot which will be present in your account. But believe me, it's nowhere required so much leverage in the account. Still, if you run with consistency, if you keep on if you are actively running your strategies, you are not pausing or you are not stopping your strategies at any point of time, as you are already into automated trading, system based trading, you should not use your mind if there is a drawdown. Certainly till the time that this risk capital uh, is not eroded, or like the 50,000 is the risk capital. If you are at even 40, 45,000 or risk capital, if you keep on running the strategies, any strategy, I'm not saying about only about QC alpha, but even any strategy have a mean reverting in nature itself. So during the drawdown, if you can run those strategies and be sustained that bad patch, certainly at the end of that some duration, like maybe 90 days or 60 days, we believe that our strategy will perform in not more than 90 days to 180 days. It will perform in during that period, if even if you started at the peak equity and seen a bottom equity. So what we believe is to give us a time of 1 year minimum to run any of the strategies, and to see a decent return into your account. From here, I would request Prashant. Prashant,
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, can you take ahead for how you can actually go for activating your strategy, these QC alpha strategies in their account?
Yes, certainly. Thank you,
Should I
Madhu.
stop share?
Yeah. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Madhur, for all the details about what we do at QC Alpha and what we feel that we do a little differently from everybody else. That there might be people who are doing similar things, but we feel that this is a way that we found how to tackle all the uncertainty in the marketplace and manage our risk, right? So running multiple low correlation strategies. That's the main theme around everything that we do at QC Alpha. So keeping that in mind, what we have done is for the TradeTron platform, we have set up two strategies that are public that will allow participants to subscribe to them, where they are both the strategies are have very low or almost zero correlation to each other. I'm going to show you on the TradeFrom marketplace how to get to those. So just give me a second to share my screen. Okay. So hopefully you can see my screen on this. I'm on the TradeTron page. I'm showing you the marketplace first. So once you log into your TradeTron setup and you go to the marketplace, we have all these bunch of strategies lined up here, right? They're all sorted based on certain criteria that TradeTron looks at. What you want to do is to look at our QC Alpha strategies. You just type in QC Alpha here and hit enter. Give me a minute. My page is, yeah, okay. So what you'll see is you'll see a few strategies that show up here. The main one that Madhu talked about is the movers strategy. We have kept the movers one strategy, which is our intraday mover strategy. So one stands for intraday. Okay. Movers one is an intraday strategy for Nifty and Bank Nifty. The second one that you'll see here is Solver's Edge. This is the strategy that's designed for sideways price action in the marketplace. It is also running on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of these and show you what each of these are, and then also how to subscribe. Now I'm logged into my QC Alpha login over here, but once you log in and you search for these, there are multiple ways to search. You can type in QC Alpha. You can also go to this tag here and just go at long volatility. You click on long volatility, both these strategies will show up. Okay. Once they show up here, you'll see a subscribe button on the right here in your profile. And when you click on that, the TradeTron website will walk you through setting that up. But before you do that, let me talk about, go inside one of them and show you what Madhu talked about as risk capital and trading capital. Okay. So I clicked on movers one. All right, strategy description, long momentum, long volatility. So this strategy is not looking at capturing theta decay. Theta decay is not a concern for us. Multiple reasons, because we are long gamma, because we are buying options. We are going to overcome the theta decay. Long gamma, that's a tag there. It is directional nature. So theta decay is a very small component of option pricing. The directional nature of the directional bent of any option is always the strongest effect on the option price. That's direction for you. Okay. So long momentum, it's going to trade in the direction of a trend. If the market is falling, if it is selling off, it is not going to buy into that market. If the market is rising, it is not going to be selling into that market. It is always going to be trading and buying options in the direction of the Nifty or Bank Nifty trend intraday. Mover stands for momentum and volatility enhanced return system. So it's looking at momentum, it's long volatility, okay, and because of the leverage inbuilt into buying options, that's your enhanced returns. And of course, systematic. Everything that we do at QC Alpha is systematic. We're not looking at making manual decisions of when to buy, when to exit, how much to buy, none of that. We are not taking decisions of when to pause the strategy, when to start the strategy, none of that. Unless, of course, there are market-wide situations where there is almost no liquidity. So, for example, in March, liquidity in the entire market had dried up, and there was almost no liquidity to go and even buy options. So, those are times where we would pause the strategy and not run the strategy. Okay. So the movers one strategy takes long option positions on an intraday MIS basis for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay. For Nifty, it will always be buying at the money long call options or long put options on the monthly series. Except for the last day of the expiry of the month, it will shift over to the next month. Okay. Depending on direction. On Bank Nifty, it is always going to be buying either call spreads or put spreads on the weekly option series. In most cases, there might be some cases where we might switch over to the monthly, but in a majority of cases on Bank Nifty, we will be buying weekly call or option put spreads. So it'll buy the at the money call or at the money put, and it'll sell an outside put to create a spread which has a directional bias to it. the direction that is determined by our system, in which the market has a probability of moving. Okay. The system requirements. How much capital do you need? कितना पैसा लगेगा ये strategy में आपको run करने के लिए? So the first thing is there will be margin because we are buying a spread. Okay, so we're buying an option and we're selling an option. So even though it's intraday, your broker will have to account for how much margin that they charge for buying that spread. Typically on Bank Nifty for an intraday basis, it's somewhere of the order of 10 to 15,000 rupees for buying one spread. Okay. Of course, you have to look into as the regulations change, how that affects you and how that might change, moving forward. Especially since after December, the regulations for margin will change. But the idea is that it's not there's not much margin here because one, it's intraday, and two, it is the sold option is to cover the long option that you have and to create a spread. For the Nifty, there's no margin in trade. There's just the cash required in your account to buy that option. In most cases, Nifty at the money options will trade somewhere between, either 100 rupees or maybe 50 rupees on, a couple of days before expiry, all the way to 200 rupees to 250 rupees in the first few days of the expiry. Okay. So 75 into, say 300 max, the volatility is very high. You might have to buy a 300 rupee at the money option, in which case you will need 21,000 rupees in the account. So let's see, 21,000 for the Nifty option, say 25,000 for the Nifty option, another 20,000 for the Bank Nifty option. That's a total of 45,000. That is what you will need in the account at any time to initiate a trade in the mover system. So now you're looking at the screen and saying, okay, what is going on? Why are we asking for 2 lakh rupees, right? First thing, Madhur mentioned, we are low leveraged. When you buy an option on Nifty, you are exposing yourself to half a futures contract. A futures contract is worth about 9 lakh rupees or 8 lakh rupees, depending on where Nifty is. Half that will be 4 lakh rupees, right? On Bank Nifty, when you're buying a spread, you're exposed to about 1/3 of a contract, 1/3 to maybe 40% of a contract. If you don't understand what a contract is and what is the percentage of a contract you're exposed to, you can ask in the Q&A. But overall, when both are in trade, you typically have about an exposure of around 5 lakh rupees in trade. That means that if you're long in the direction, your account is exposed to the movement of 5 lakh rupees of a tradable commodity on the exchange. Okay, so we want to ensure that you are not very high leverage. So if you keep 2 lakh rupees in your account, you're levered only about 2 to 2.5 times, depending on what's in trade. That's number one. Number two, we have designed these strategies with a certain look at how much drawdown that the strategy can take. And drawdown or risk is the most important thing that we look at when in our trading. That is the only number that is in our control. How much risk are we taking in our trade? What return we get is not in our control. That depends on how much the market moves. So the risk is the only thing that's in our control. And that's the most important thing for us when we design strategies and we deploy them in the real markets. Okay. So for this strategy, one lot of Nifty and one Bank Nifty spread, the risk capital defined is 1 lakh rupees. What that means is that the maximum that you can expect the drawdown of the account over a 12-month period is a total of 1 lakh rupees. If you traded all the trades that the system has, that's very important. If you traded all of the trades the system had, okay. If you sign up and then you pause some trades which were big winners, and then you restart and then you pause again, you might miss winners, and then your strategy might have a little larger drawdown. But on an average, maximum drawdown that we have seen is far lesser than this 1 lakh. But this 1 lakh rupees is what we estimate the account should not lose more than this for your account. So the trading capital that I said, 45,000 plus 1 lakh rupees risk plus an additional amount to ensure that you are not over levered brings us the total trading capital for this to be 2 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh rupees is your trading capital. 50% of that. That's 1 lakh rupees is the risk that you are taking for running the strategy for a 12-month period. Now, this is not the risk that you will see for one trade. You will not lose 1 lakh rupees in one trade, but this is the risk for a whole 12-month period, which is roughly about, maybe about 300 trades or 400 trades, including Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay. So once you click on this page, you will have another subscribe button here. You'll also have a deploy button, which you can click on deploy and then choose the multiplier that you need for setting the strategy up. You scroll down the page, you'll see a bunch of statistics and the performance of the strategy over a period of time. This is again for one lot. The strategy started on June 1st. It had some winners and then drawdowns. August was very bad for us. The market was sideways, going nowhere. It was only gapping up and then having reversions. And that was very bad for the system. So we had some drawdowns. But we actually had some of our subscribers who started right after this peak. Okay, the first peak. And they actually had to see almost, this all of this drawdown up to, 4,000 negative, 17,000 plus to 4,000 negative. That's 21,000 rupees. And I'm very thankful for them, for sticking on with this strategy through this period of drawdown, because you can see what happened after that in September and October. Okay. We don't know if this will continue, but we do know that what is the maximum risk that we take for running the strategy. Yeah, there's a lot of feedback here that you might go look into. So that's movers one. It is again long options, long volatility, long direction. Okay, let's go to the next one. So once you click on Solver's Edge, you will see this page show up. Solver's Edge is a short options strategy. It's a very unique product because it is short volatility intraday, but it is long volatility overnight. Okay, I think this is very unique to how we set this up. I haven't seen anything similar to this, across the TradeTron marketplace. We're selling options, but we're long volatility overnight. Okay, of course, the market regime that this strategy needs to make money is a sideways market. So in the last 3 weeks, we have seen 3 losing weeks on this strategy. The market has just gapped up and gone, gap up, go, gap up, go. You've seen that happen over, or it's a gap up and a big sell-off. And that's where movers are picking up all that PNL, and solvers is losing some of that PNL during that phase. Okay. And yeah, so same thing. You'll see this one started sometime around August. We had a pretty good run. And this is the last 3 weeks that I'm talking about. November, where you had some winners, but we're in drawdown because, of course, the market is moving so much that every time the strategy goes in for a sideways trade, the market breaks out and just moves in one direction. But once again, we know what our risk is. Even though this is a short option strategy, we know how much risk we are taking. Once again, for this strategy as well, the risk capital is set up as 1 lakh rupees. So what we've done is we very smartly identified what is the quantity of options to be bought or sold, so that the risk required, the risk that your account is exposed to for a 1 multiplier is limited to a certain amount. And we're trying to keep all our strategies to have 1 lakh rupees risk capital. Okay, so that it's constant across all our strategies. Because you will need margin for selling options. The trading capital in this strategy is set up as 4 lakh rupees. You will need about 1.5 lakh rupees each for Nifty and Bank Nifty short straddles, and the 1 lakh rupees risk capital. That's a total of 4 lakh rupees. Of course, because we are long volatility overnight, we'll be buying some options, and that will reduce the overnight margin required. But once we get into the new regime of the intraday margin going away, even the intraday margin that will be charged will be as much as the overnight margin eventually. So we are prepared and making sure that everybody who subscribes to this is prepared in the account with that full margin, that full amount in their account. Okay. Uh, okay, so that's the movers and solvers. Now, if somebody is looking to subscribe to both of them and run both these uncorrelated strategies together, the way we do it in-house is that we will have equal amount of risk capital allocated to each of them. So if you're running a 1 multiplier on movers, you would run a 1 multiplier on solvers. So the total trading capital that you would need in your account is about 4 lakh plus 2 lakh, that's 6 lakh rupees, with a risk capital of 2 lakhs. You can have 10 lakhs in your account and keep a risk capital 2 lakhs. But we don't recommend that you have 2 lakhs in your account and keep risk capital 2 lakhs, because you will not be able to run the strategy. One, because they're selling options. And even if your broker does allow you by some chance, if you get into a drawdown, you might not be able to continue, because that will be a larger portion of your trading. So that's movers and solvers for you. There are a couple of other strategies. There is the solvers XFly, which is an expiry day trading strategy. It only trades on expiry day. So it will set up spreads on expiry day in the morning and exit close to the end of the day. Again, you can go in and look at that page. It started in June. You'll see a lot of flat lines because it only trades on Thursday. Okay. This one requires 3 lakhs risk capital, 3 lakhs total capital. Again, the risk capital per multiplier is 1 lakh. Although this is an intraday strategy, again, we are prepared for the regime where the intraday margins will just go away and you'll have to have full margin in your account eventually. Okay. Finally, there's the last one, which is the QC Alpha Nifty Zen. This is a very long-term, slow-moving, long Nifty strategy. It will not sell Nifty. If there is a buy signal in the account, it will buy Nifty with a notional capital of 5 lakhs. Okay. It will buy through spreads or put call calendars, depending on what the view on volatility is. The margin while in trade is about 1 lakh, less than that. The risk capital for this, that is 25% of the notional drawdown, is what we've seen historically. Again, 1 lakh rupees the risk capital, 2 lakhs the trading capital. This one it's a very low. It has about maybe 1 or 2 trades in the whole month. It's a very low churn product. Any trade that it gets into, it will run for about 10 days, 15 days. It might have faster trades. For example, the last trade we had exited intraday. Incidentally, it happened on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, it entered a long position, and then with the market sell-off, the stop loss triggered, it exited. So all the strategies have stop losses built in. We don't send any stop losses to your broker end that sits in your broker end, but all of these strategies are triggered by the TradeTron API. So our system at our backend, our servers, they will do all the calculations. They collect the data, do all the calculations for determining the signal, buy or sell, and then that is sent to the TradeTron servers through their API. So there are no orders that are sitting or being calculated by the TradeTron engine, but it's all sent from our servers to the TradeTron API. And we're pretty happy with how fast or the latency that we see in the triggering of those signals. There is one other strategy which is not public in the marketplace, and Madhur mentioned a little bit about it. It is the movers positional combined with the intraday. Okay. The reason it is not public is that it requires a larger risk capital. So if you have a larger account, then you can run this strategy where it will be buying options. Again, it's long volatility. You'll be buying options overnight as well. So it runs everything that the movers one runs, but it also runs a Nifty and a Bank Nifty positional system along with it. So because it takes a position overnight, we want to ensure that capital required is larger. And so we've not kept this strategy public. It's a private strategy. If you're interested in deploying this, get in touch. Madhur can explain with you, walk you through what the strategy is, how it can run. So, when you fill in that form that Madhur sent out to you, you can mention if you have any interest in running a larger allocation to a directional strategy, which is the movers full deck. Okay, so I think that covers all the strategies that we have. Yeah, all of them, the commercial details are listed up here. The performance is also listed up here. All that is there. And like Madhur mentioned, there is a discount coupon for a certain number. It's a limited number of people who can use that. Fill that form out, get that coupon if you're interested in subscribing to any of these. So I think with that, Madhur, I'll hand it back to you to take any questions.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, Dinesh, can we start a Q&A session where someone can ask? Dinesh?
Yeah, sure. So if anyone has any questions, please you can put it on chat, and we can try to answer that.
We've been addressing a lot of the questions. I don't know if everyone's watching the Q&A. If you guys have any other further questions, feel free to raise your hand and speak out, or type it in the Q&A window and we'll address them here.
Alok, maybe if people haven't looked at that, maybe you can just repeat and answer a few of them.
Yeah, there are a couple of questions on how do we get started. Do we have to open an account with you guys or with TradeTron and so on and so forth, right? So I can just start with the very top. There are a couple of questions on what are the broker partners. So Dinesh was nice enough to put in a link to TradeTron's webpage where they have all the partners listed. How do we get started? Again, there's pages you already covered a lot of that stuff. How will the new margin rules affect the returns of our strategies? I've answered that. Guys, the average leverage that we normally take on all our strategies is somewhere on an average about 2x of notional. Prashant explained the difference between notional trading and risk capital. So notional capital is one lot of Nifty future would be roughly around 9 lakhs of notional capital, which means that I'm controlling 9 lakhs worth of Nifty by buying one contract or future or selling a future. The trading capital required to trade one future is only about 15% of that, right? So say if you have 1.5 lakhs of collateral available in your account, NSE as an exchange will allow you to trade one lot of futures, right? That's what we call the trading capital. And the amount of money you're willing to risk on that one particular trade is what we call risk capital, right? So that's the difference between the three different types of capitals. When I say our average leverage is about 2, it basically means that we'll not take for every 1 lakh of risk capital or trading risk capital that you give us, we'll basically trade one lot of a Nifty future in your account at its most, right? Movers One, as listed on TradeTron, doesn't do a few things that we normally tend to do with our strategies when we run it with our other partners. At Movers One, we are mechanically always trading one lot per signal in your accounts. Out here, when we trade with Kotak or some of our other broker partners, we actually have something called a volatility position sizing. So if the volatility is low, the system will take a larger size. If the volatility is high, the system will take smaller size. So that basically ensures that we are well within the risk capital requirements, but we are still taking position sizing, which is different from what like a Movers One kind of product is taking on TradeTron. However, said that, the average leverage, right, across all the entire book, right, whether we are running short options or long options, the average leverage on notional is never more than 2x, right? So, NSE is basically allowing intraday leverage of up to 20x even today, right? From December 1st, it's going to go to 20 all the way to February. It's going to gradually wind down. And even like next September, when the very stringent rules come into effect, brokers will still be allowed to give about 6x intraday leverage. We don't need any of that, right? So our strategies are not dependent on leverage to make money. So we are very happy and very comfortable not needing this excess intraday margin. I hope that addresses your question, Sheel. Again, there's a question on how do we find QC Alpha? Prashant, you've already gone through that. Hand-holding support, Dinesh was nice enough to say, yes, they'll offer all the support that they need to get started. There was a question on how many lots and options we trade on average in Movers One. That Tanmay and me addressed that. It's about 1 trade a day on an average, guys. There are days when we don't take any trades, and then there are days like yesterday where we actually took 3 intraday trades, right? So depending on what the market's doing, the system will identify trades and trade accordingly. But on an average, you can expect to have about 1 trade in your account. So about 20 trades in a month or about 200 trades in a year. Very roughly, right? 200, 220 trades. all signals generated in TradeTron or generated in-house and signals are passed to TradeTron. We've addressed that as well. All our signals are generated in-house. We basically use API to push out our signals onto the TradeTron platform, which then picks it up and fires it across all the different brokers, whoever your individual broker is. There was a question on why Nifty is long only and Bank Nifty is a spread. Prashant, if you want to address that. Tanmay has already talked about it, but if you want to kind of take that question.
Yeah, on Bank Nifty, we are using the weekly options because of liquidity. The monthly options, we don't see liquidity beyond the 500 strike. So we are using the weekly options. Because we're using the weekly options, we are converting the long options to a spread to eliminate any volatility risk that we might have. That's the reason for that. Shyam Sundar has asked a question about details about live deployment from users. Yeah, go ahead and send us an email. Tanmay has put the email out there for you. Andy's asked about a question very specific to training manual. You can send us an email.
Yeah, Gaurav's got an interesting question. He says, what happens if there's a big spike, just like in March of this year? What happens to short options, in a solvers kind of strategy? Tanmay, I can just read your answer if you want, or Prashant, if you want to address that. So Tanmay says solvers is being a short volatility system would have a drawdown, but typically, with our short volatility system, what we have seen is that the system will either have very, very tight stop losses, in which case if a trend emerges, we are first out of the door. We have very, very tight trailing stop losses on all our systems. And more often than not, in a very high volatile environment like we saw in March, there's a very high probability. I'm not going to say that solvers will never take a trade in a high volatility environment, but there's a very high probability that solvers will not be in a trade in a high volatile environment, right? That's how we've kind of set up the system. If it does decide to take a trade, the stops are very, very tight. So if there's a very large trending move, we will stop out. Will we make money, when the market's trending under a solver system? Probably not, right? But will we lose our shirt? No, absolutely not, right? I mean, so even a period like March, will we lose money? Yes. Will we blow up our account? No, right? So if that addresses that question, what happens if there's a big wall spike?
There was a question on bracket orders or BO orders that a lot of brokers call it. So our signals are sent through TradeTron API. So we are not sending a cover order or a stop loss order to the broker when the trade is initiated. Whenever there's an exit signal sent. So there's an entry signal sent and there's an exit signal sent. There's no BO orders required or a bracket order required. Yes, it trails stop losses. Let's see, there's some questions in the chat as well.
So on the chat, we have some questions on the fees itself. Why monthly fixed fee as well as 20% of margin profit sharing is there, which is quite high. Some guys want to know the information on fees itself. So what we would like to highlight over here is at QC Alpha, we are into volatility trading and we try to capture each and every environment of the market with the help of the strategies we have created. The strategies available at TradeTron are those strategies which have been running live in our proprietary accounts as well as client accounts for quite a while. So a paper trading is required by an investor or a trader to see whether what is published is happening or not. We have been very transparent in terms of what trades are taken, how they are taken, what instruments are going to be used, and we are very conservative in terms of risk. We only want investors to come in to have a feeler of what is happening, not through paper trade, but they can have an actual trading account if they are comfortable with the risk that is associated with it. And that is the reason we don't offer any strategies free wherein you would be subscribing it or paper trading it. That is why we have kept a fixed fee wherein the same strategy is used in our accounts and we are trading the same things from past so many years, and it has been our parent strategy and we wouldn't like it to be subscribed free, because it would not be fair enough for the existing investors who have been paying a fixed fee from quite a while.
Tanmay, let me just add one thing.
Yeah.
So, to answer the question of how whether something is high or not, that is really subjective to what you're getting, right? So we've looked through what the fee is. We know what the performance of the system is. We know what is the potential of profit for the system, given the certain amount of risk taken. And we feel that we've priced it, ensuring that if somebody has a profitable year with the strategy, then this monthly fee and the performance fee will not be a hindrance to that person. So
yeah, it's also kind of an industry standard, if you ask me, right? I mean, most of the strategy developers, right, will probably be charging, like, the hedge fund structure is 220, right, where you basically charge 2% of your AUM as an upfront fee and then a 20% of profits, right? So this is not something that's kind of out of the blue that they're just randomly charging a certain performance fee, right? This is what good strategists will charge, right? So if you want to stick around and see the benefits of running with good strategies, you got to pay for it, right? That's essentially how we are looking at it. We do think our strategies are unique and different from everything else that's out there in the marketplace, and we are charging accordingly, right?
Yeah.
There's a suggestion on not to charge upfront fees and charge higher performance fees. We'd rather not do that because we really do believe that if you're serious about trading, if you're really serious about trying to generate a good size returns with lower risk, generate a decent sharp in your portfolio, that 500,000 rupee a month should not be a hindrance, like Prashant said, right? So, and we're not limiting you to run one lot, right? You could probably run 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots, right? I mean, the profits you can make is a lot larger than the 1,000 rupees. Now, if you're going to have very small risk capital, then at some point you are going to have a very high hurdle rate for you to end up making money, depending on the broker. Like if you're running through Zerodha, you're probably paying 2,000 rupees a month any which way to Zerodha to just run the strategy, right? So we don't see this 1,000 rupees a month as kind of a big hindrance. If you're willing to pay the broker 2,000 rupees to execute your trades, where he's not doing anything other than just passing your trade on to the exchange, then the guys who are developing the strategy and helping you make the money should be commensurately rewarded. That's where we are coming from.
And to answer the question about the trend of the fees, looking at the competition on TradeTron, you'll have to ask them why they are giving it for free. So I'd put that question back to you. Ask them why they're giving it for free.
Let's see, what are the questions? Answer, yes. So
let's move on from this topic, and then there are some other technical questions. Zerodha sometimes does not allow certain OTM options. Okay, so in this setup, Zerodha usually allows you to sell OTM options. So in the Movers One strategy, the Bank Nifty buys ATM and sells OTM. So they never have a restriction on selling OTM. They usually have a restriction on buying OTM. So the only case where an OTM option will be traded is in Movers One is when the Bank Nifty trade comes in and it buys an ATM at the money option and sells an OTM option. And that's not an issue with Zerodha.
Let me ask you that question again. Then, if you're already in a short option trade OTM, are there issues with buying that short option when you have to unwind your trade?
No, when you're covering, there's no issues.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
They have issues with buying OTM options at times.
Yeah, Dinesh, this is a question for you. Rajesh is asking if you'll be able to share today's link. Are we recording this session, guys?
Yes, we are recording the session, and it will be also shared on the YouTube channel. So that will be available by tomorrow evening. That way.
Rajesh, I hope that addresses your question.
There's another question by Amrut. What is the optimal lot size should we deploy to be profitable after the monthly fee and profit sharing? Is one lot enough? There have been multiple subscribers who are running one lot, and now they've grown, and some of them have added on risk capital to go to 2 lots. So yeah, one lot is, like I said, we've sized the fee so that even with the one lot, if you only ran one lot for the next 3 years, you would still be profitable. You ran it for next 1 year, you would still be profitable considering the fee that you have. You might have a drawdown here. I'm not saying that you won't have a drawdown period, but the expectancy is that you will lose less than what the risk capital is in that 1 year. Okay.
Prashant, we have a question. With Sharekhan, does this strategy works?
I'll just answer this thing. Sharekhan is currently not active right now, so you can choose other brokers in that case, other broker partners.
There's another question on, do you take a share in profit and share in loss? So Tanmay answered it, but you have to understand that any fee that is charged to you is only after your losses are recovered, and that's standard in all how TradeTron calculates the fees. So if you say you start the strategy tomorrow on Monday, and then for the first 1 week you are at a loss of 10,000 rupees, and say at the end of the month as well you are down 20,000 rupees, you're not going to be charged any fee until you recover the 20,000 and then make a certain additional profit to that. And only the additional profit beyond that loss that you have is what is charged.
There's a question from Marshall regarding execution risk. Let's say if something goes wrong in TradeTron, or let's say cloud servers are having a downtime, is there a contingency plan with the subscribers? Will we let them know about it? So everyone who subscribes to our strategies is added automatically onto a Telegram channel that we run. We monitor that channel continuously. So if there are any issues at TradeTron or at our end, that is continuously communicated with all our subscribers. In case if we are already in a trade and say for some reason the exit may issue via exchange shutdown, or internet had an issue, or cloud went down, or TradeTron went down, we do go in there and manually execute the trades. Generally, the idea is to basically exit the trade if there are any issues, or to pause the strategy if we are out of the trade, to ensure that everything is running up and smoothly before it's redeployed again. So can we say it's foolproof? No, but we are watching it like a hawk. Let's put it that way, right? So once you are deployed into our strategy, it becomes a part of our responsibility in a way, even though we aren't completely. We are taking extra precautions and onus on us to ensure that trades are running smoothly through TradeTron.
To add to that, your first point of contact will have to be TradeTron. They have a contact us or a web chat during market hours, and maybe Dinesh can talk more about that, how to contact them, what are the channels for getting support. So any issues that you have, TradeTron is the first point of contact. There might be market related issues, there might be TradeTron wide issues or data connection issues at whatever technical issues. So TradeTron is the first point of contact, and maybe Dinesh, you can mention how they should go about doing it.
Yeah, so any issues related to strategies, there is always a web chat that starts from 9 to 5. You can definitely get in touch with our technical team on chat itself. There is also phone support available. The details are mentioned on the contact us tab, and also you can directly write an email to support@tradetron.tag if there are any issues that you're facing. So you can definitely reach out to all this mode, and we can address to that.
Sheila has a question on when we take the profit share. Prashant or Tanmay, if you want to address that.
It's on a monthly
invoicing is done
at the end of the expiry.
Yeah, and we follow TradeTron follow the high watermark principle. So whatever you've been invoiced on until your equity curve goes above and beyond that previous high watermark, there is no new invoicing done.
रोहित ने पूछा है कि कितना ऑर्डर स्लिपेज होता है टर्मिनल एंड ट्रेडट्रॉन के प्राइस में. It is within about 50 paisa to 1 rupee maybe in the option price when you're buying an option. So I would say it's within the bid ask, maybe 2 rupees at times. But in terms of time, Rohit, अगर हमारा ऑर्डर अगर 9 o'clock 20 minutes 30 seconds को ट्रिगर होता है, तो ट्रेडट्रॉन के पास वो 2 सेकंड में जाएगा, और 2 सेकंड से के बाद अराउंड 5 से 10 सेकंड में आपके ब्रोकर टर्मिनल तक पहुंचता है. Can you suggest a reputed broker? Yeah, there are quite a few of them on TradeTron. You'll have to look and maybe talk to TradeTron and see which one, or whether your broker has the capability to connect with them.
So I have already shared the details of partners. You can just go to I'll just share it again on chat. Partners page, anyone can go and they can check they can directly get in touch with the brokers itself, so that you can get details about which API and other information.
So we have one more question from one of the participant. What is the optimal lot size? He's basically asking whether 1x multiplier would be enough to deploy.
Tanmay, Prashant already addressed that.
Yeah, we addressed that.
We addressed that.
Yeah.
One more question. Do you see any technical issues while the algo is already deployed? Do you fine tune the algo often? Rajesh, yes, there are technical issues all the time. But it's something that over time, TradeTron has gotten better at. And I think that, of late, we haven't had too many issues. But of course, with anything technical, you might have technical issues. So that is why we want to stress on taking low leverage, not taking too much leverage in any of the trades that we do. And yeah, so you might have to be aware of what's happening in the account. Keep an eye on what kind of trades are going through to ensure that if any error trades or wrong trades are gone through, then you are there to take action to correct them. There might be linkages from the broker to your to TradeTron terminal that might fail. There might be data issues at your end, at your broker end. There might be an API issue. All those could land up in an error situation in your trade, and you will have to go in and click on managing that error, either trying to take the trade again or canceling it or discussing with us.
Prashant, there were a couple of questions I saw. I don't know if you addressed them, but there are a lot of people who kind of think that this is a set it up on TradeTron and we are done. We don't have to watch it, right? I mean, I would say we're not there yet in the sense that at least on TradeTron, there are every now and then some issues that do happen technologically. Sometimes data is not there. Sometimes wrong trades go by. Sometimes your broker is rejecting trades because of margin issues, because certain options are not allowed. You will have to monitor your account, to ensure that trades are going through smoothly. That's not something that we have control over. We are monitoring them. We do get notifications whenever a trade in a subscriber account doesn't go through. So, we are watching them. We will communicate it to you, but it's not something like you started your algo in the morning and then you're in a client meeting and the trades haven't gone through and, you come back and you're like, hey, what the hell happened to my account, right? That's not something we are automated to the point where you can just, deploy it and forget about it, right? You will have to monitor your accounts.
In general, it's a good idea to monitor your trading account if you're trading, whether algo or non-algo.
One more thing which I want to highlight is, as Alok rightly said, the most important thing, one more is handling our investors in this. So what we did is we created a Telegram channel. So whosoever is subscribed, we will take them to the Telegram channel so that for any communication regarding the trades, we can commonly speak on a single ground and understand our trades easily. So there we can help you in hand holding at any given point of time.
Rajesh,
so we don't see any issue. So I don't know what you mean by algo level, but if you mean from a strategy standpoint, our strategies are very robust. We run them for a while, and we are running them even outside of TradeTron. We're running them on our other platforms, but on TradeTron we've been running them for more than 3 months, and more than 4 to 5 since June on the Movers one. So that's almost 6 months now. So we have not had any issues on the strategy itself, point itself.
Also, sir, if you can share your Telegram channel link on the chat, so if anyone have any questions or they can get in touch with that also.
We don't have a public Telegram channel. So once somebody subscribes, then they get added to the Telegram channel.
Okay.
But they can write to us. Madhur has shared the Google form, and there's an email that they can write to us, and get any issues resolved or any questions answered, queries answered. We don't have a public Telegram channel which we can answer questions.
So the Telegram channel is basically our support engine wherein all our investors, all our subscribers can connect to us live during the day, throughout the day, and any queries, anything happening in their account can be resolved on an immediate basis. So it is just for the investors who have subscribed for the strategies on TradeTron.
Yeah, having said that, if you guys have any specific questions that are not addressed in today's webinar, feel free to write to Madhur. Our email addresses are, Madhur, if you want to post our email addresses, just go ahead and post them in. So feel free to write to us. And if you have any other questions, we can always address them post this webinar.
Just a request, guys, whenever you are dropping us a mail, kindly give some brief about yourself as well as your contact details also, so that Madhur and team can contact you and can address all the questions what are there in your mind.
All right, so I think we are done with the questions right now, right? So great. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, it was a really wonderful session, and I hope all the participants will definitely have drawn a lot of value from today's session in terms of understanding the strategies that is available from QC Alpha team. And now, as like we were getting a lot of questions from the subscribers and clients that on the strategy related, they want more information. So this was one of the initiatives, and it was really great thing that you have shared so much details about your strategies. Thank you so much for to the entire team. And these details will be there on our YouTube channel soon of this video, so you can definitely get and check that as well later on. Anything more you want to add?
No, thanks a lot, Dinesh. And I would like to say that Tradetron has been pioneer in creating this marketplace, and we believe that the technology, the support what Tradetron has provided is really amazing. We are with Tradetron from the start, and all the support we have received from Tradetron, we are thankful for this. And any questions, any subscriber needs anything regarding algo trading, any further details, you could contact us and we would be happy to highlight or answer those questions. So we don't have a YouTube channel, but on social media, we are present on Twitter. Our handle is QC Alpha 1. Prashant, if you just drop that handle in the chat box, you could address some questions over there also.
Okay, great. So yeah, thank you so much, Alok sir, Madhu ji, and Prashant ji, and Tanmay for joining in today's session.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Right, thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.